Greetings to you all. Sadly, Heather and I will not be with you in person this Norway Day, 17th of May, due to the impacts of COVID-19. As we are recording this video here at the Royal Australian Air Force Base at Amberley in southern Queensland, we should have been in the air flying across to Norway. At 6 p.m. on the 24th of March 2016, I had the great privilege of opening a memorial to my uncle George Longland and his navigator Errol Nader, who both died when their RAAF Beaufighter UBX crashed on a ridge near your town. It was a great honour to be asked to open the memorial and to experience your welcome, and in response I'd kindly ask you to accept these two paintings to acknowledge their and all those who sacrificed their lives in the struggle for Norway's freedom. These paintings were done by a New Zealand artist, Don Wilkie from Napier. I am very grateful to Don for his excellent work. He has a great passion for painting military aircraft and scenes, which is reflected in his work. Don has his fine art studio in Napier, and I'm looking forward to catching up with him soon. Here in Australia and New Zealand, on our Anzac Day, the 25th of April 2020, remember those who fought and died for our two countries during wars, similar to your recent remembrances at the end of World War II. This year here, it was a very different Anzac Day to normal. This year, your Norway Day will be very different for you too. And as I think back to our Anzac Day, my mind goes back to the school that my Uncle George, my father and my Uncle Howard attended just before the war. The school holds its Anzac Day parade on an oval near the middle of the school, known as the Flat. Years later, some of my brothers and I attended the same school and took part in the same Anzac Day parades on the Flat. The names of all those past students who died during conflicts were read out. This recent Anzac Day at George's old school, the Flat, was silent. Back in World War II, over 75 years ago, Norway was under Nazi control. Many families were to experience sad losses of beloved family members as a result. The larger of these two paintings, which I have the privilege to present today, represents the sad loss of two Australians, Flight Sergeant Errol Nader and Warrant Officer George Longland. They were both buried in the Commonwealth War Graves section. Errol's nephew, Graham Fulton, has asked me to say our uncles were an active part in the defence of the free world of countries against the Nazi war offensive. They gave their lives on this high-risk mission in the defence of Allied forces and the Norwegian people, and we're very proud of them and their ultimate sacrifice for freedom. We also are very grateful to the Norwegian people who went to their aid and risked their own lives in preserving the remains after being shot down, and we now immortalise them in history and celebration, and the acceptance of these two representative paintings of their contribution to the war effort. I would like to acknowledge via the second painting all those who worked in the Norwegian resistance, particularly those who were involved in the resistance operation known as the Shetland Bus. This is the subject of the second painting. These sacrifices made by the members of the Norwegian resistance, the British and the Commonwealth Air Forces and others, I hope, are reflected in these two paintings. In closing, I'd like not to dwell on the sad losses of 75 years ago, but to look forward to the rich legacy of freedom which these and other events have given to Norway. These two paintings I hope will come to represent the links which today bring our nations and families closer together. May these bonds only strengthen and grow, that we can all grow in peace and friendship. Happy Norway Day to all. Thank you.